What's good? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to review the most recent SmackDown, and I have a lot of criticisms, so if you're here to hear me have positive things to say, this is not the right channel. And if there's anything good from the show, I will talk about it, but trust me, there's not much to talk about worth of good, okay? Now, let's talk about the opening of the show, right? We have Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Solo Sikoa basically introduces Jeff Cobb, and his name is JT Mateo. I don't like the Mateo part. I'm just going to call him JT. But this segment alone had way too much nonsensical talking. Like, they were talking, but it really wasn't leading to anything. And that's one of my major problems with the writing on this show. Is like they're talking from a script, right? But the script has no substance. There's nothing that they're really talking about, right? Like, I wish JT, the new guy in their bloodline or whatever the fuck they want to call it, said, "Yo, Solo, I know how you handled things in the past. I want to make sure I get my opportunity at a title, because that title over there looks good on me," or something like that. Like, add some character to this JT guy. You're just going to introduce him, and he's just going to stand there with his fucking arms folded. You know what I mean? Like, have some variety when you introduce a new character. Like, when Jacob Fatu came on, he was the quiet guy. "I love you, Solo." Make this guy the opposite of that. Like, I don't want to see the same fucking character. That's literally what we're seeing. Have JT be a little more, I don't know, have that dog about him. Like, he wants a title. I understand, Jacob Fatu has that title. I want that other title on the other show. Or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it could be something that simple. But no, we can't hear anything like that. There's no substance. Jacob Fatu, there could have been some more animosity between him and JT, because obviously him and JT aren't close. Right? There could have been at least a conversation. From what I remembered, they didn't speak. It was just Solo Sikoa and Jacob. And when they did speak, it was just Jacob Fatu said the same shit he always does. "I'm all gas, no brakes with it." You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Like, I like Jacob Fatu, but I want there to be some more substance. Like, Jacob Fatu could have easily been like, "Let's go right here, right now, man." Like, he could have been more aggressive, and I would have been more acceptable. I would have enjoyed this segment a little more if there was just more substance in this segment. But overall, I'm not even going to say it's a good segment. It was a decent segment. It probably was one of the better segments of the show. Next, we get the Money in the Bank qualifier match between Alexa Bliss, Michin, and Chelsea Green. Alexa Bliss ends up getting the win, and that's about it. Next, we got the match between Fraxium and DIY. Now, altogether, this was a great match, right? I'm excited that Fraxium got the win, too. But I'm going to go back to last week when they defeated the tag team champions and how that was such a mistake, because when you beat the champions, that kind of devalues. I don't care if they were hurt. It kind of devalues the champions a little bit, right? It devalues the Street Profits. They don't feel as, I don't know, to me, this is just my opinion, they don't feel as strong as they did before they lost to Fraxium, okay? Now, right now, Fraxium looks like the strongest tag team in the division. Strongest tag team in the main roster currently. I mean, they just beat two of the top tag teams on SmackDown. So, I'm excited to see what they do by Fraxium. I'm happy that they're pushing a new tag team, but I don't like them beating the champions. But I like them beating DIY. This was a good match, and I liked how DIY did jump them after, and Motor Machine Gun saved them. It was a good match. Good segment. Next, we get a backstage interview with R-Truth, and he basically talks about John Cena and what happened last week and how John Cena beat him up even though he helped him win. And R-Truth said, "I didn't help him win. I didn't do all that stuff." He's basically still kind of blinded by John Cena. And basically we learned that he's going to be facing John Cena at the Saturday live event. And to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of that. Like, I love R-Truth. I want to see R-Truth in the storyline with John Cena, but I didn't want to see him the next week have a fucking match against John Cena. Like, that's not what I want to see. I love R-Truth as a character. I want to see him in a storyline with John Cena. That doesn't mean there has to be a match right away. Like, I don't know why we're rushing this match anyway. This does not have to be a Saturday live event match. You could have this match on a Raw, on a SmackDown. It does not matter. You can have this match anytime. It could be a fucking 1-minute match on Raw, on SmackDown. You know what I mean? Like, this is why I don't understand why we're doing this at a live event. Right? There's no real story either. I mean, yes, R-Truth is the number one fan of John Cena. Is that really the story? And John Cena betrayed him? Like, is that real? There has to be more built-in storyline. I don't know. That's just my opinion. On to the next segment. We get Carmelo Hayes in the backstage promo, basically talking about Alistair Black and how the last match made him sick, and this shit's not going to be over until Carmelo wins. I think that overall, this was a good promo. This is probably Carmelo's best promo that I've seen. And I think that's very promising for Carmelo Hayes, because he needs to, at this point, everything he needs to do has to be perfect. For him to be pushed to be over, to be a champion, to be one of the top future guys, he has to, whatever he does now has to be perfect. He cannot mess up. He cannot botch. He has to be perfect. And, so far, I'm going to start from now. From this week on, I'm going to look at Carmelo Hayes. If he messes up, he messes up. But if he did what he did last week, or 2 days ago, this was a good promo. And I enjoyed the match that he had with Alistair Black later. I am annoyed that he didn't win. It was just a disqualification. So, to me, I don't like the ending. I rather see a full-on ending, especially after Carmelo Hayes losing off of a roll-up. He should have at least won from pulling the tights, or won off of putting his legs on a rope, or, I don't know, low-blowing him. There could have been many other ways that Carmelo Hayes could have won this match. But, a disqualification leads to, I don't really know what to think of the match. Next, we have a promo from Drew McIntyre, who basically shits on Damian Priest in this promo, basically saying, I kept you relevant, you keep chasing me, you're obsessed with me, you can't stay out of my business, I already beat you at WrestleMania at your own match, and you're still mad. That's basically what he said. And to be honest, it's true, some of it. I don't want to constantly watch this feud. This feud has been going on for over a year, basically. It's felt like over a year. Right, and there's not anything, they're not fighting for anything, right? In the beginning of their feud, when Damian Priest had his money in the bank and he cashed in on Drew McIntyre, that's when it was interesting, because there's something to fight for, right? Damian Priest had the championship, so their feud really made sense. But now they're just fighting for literally nothing, for bragging rights, I guess, but they have to bring that up. There has to be, if they're fighting for nothing, there has to be some sort of promo where they're both talking about how this is for bragging rights, or how this is about legacy. If you're just fighting for nothing, there's no girl involved, there's no faction involved, they have no other friends that are in this storyline, it's just them two, right? For a fucking half a year, or honestly a whole year now. It's getting to a point where it's just stale. And now they have to fight again for a Saturday live event. It's bullshit. It's so dumb. Maybe you should push a fucking superstar who is not getting any screen time, right? I'd rather a random superstar who I've never fucking seen that's in the WWE, right? Who I haven't seen for a fucking year. I'd rather him get a fucking random match against Drew McIntyre than seeing Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest on a Saturday live event. I'm just being honest. Right? Give other people opportunities. You're playing the same shit. You're recycling the same stories. There's no story. There's literally no story. You're recycling the same matches. You're like, let's just put this for the live event for Saturday. The same matches we got on fucking WrestleMania. Yeah, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. There's no thought. There's no thought. There's no thought. Whoever's writing this shit, I'm going to say Triple H, because Triple H, after every fucking show, it says, by Triple H, by Paul Levesque. So I'm going to put the blame on you. You want all the credit? I'm going to put all the fucking blame on you as well. You know what I mean? So, the writing on this is boring as fuck. It's lazy. It's lazy. Hire real writers. Next, we get a triple threat match, qualifier match for Money in the Bank between Solo Sikoa, Rey Fenix, and Jimmy Uso. Now, before this match, Jimmy Uso has a pre-match promo, which is just really good, man. Jimmy Uso, just when you hear him cut a promo, you're like, why the fuck did we not push Jimmy Uso? We pushed Jey Uso instead of Jimmy. When Jimmy Uso is just on the mic, they're not even close. They're not even close. And I'm just going to end that there. Now the match ends up with Solo Sikoa getting the win. He basically cheated to win. On some usual Bloodline bullshit. Now after the match, LA Knight comes out. He attacks the Bloodline. He has a chair. He almost slipped off the fucking announcing table where he was standing.
yeah, basically comes out, which leads to the match of JC Mateo and LA Knight. And, I mean, it was a decent match. LA Knight did some things which he was obviously trying to surprise the crowd, doing some new moves. JC Mateo ended up getting the win. So, you know, he got a debut win, which is, I'm fine with, right? It's his first fucking match. It was decent. Then we get a fucking vignette of Shinsuke Nakamura talking about LA Knight. Oh my god. Here we go again. Don't tell me we're getting an LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura 5th match. Or whatever. I feel like they fucking had so many matches already. And it was a brief time. It was just such a bad time when Shinsuke was champion. You're just like, he was champion but never showed up on the show. It was very interesting. It was very interesting. Oh, well, Shinsuke's back. So he's probably going to show up next week. We end the show with a Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax match, and Tiffany Stratton somehow wins this match. I'm not going to lie, I didn't see much of this match. I just saw the ending, and I was just surprised. I'm like, how the fuck did Nia Jax not win? She probably... actually, let's see. Let's see if Tiffany Stratton cheated. I'm gonna look at it right now. Okay, not really. Nia Jax tried the cheat. She brought up a chair, and she kicked her with a chair in her face, and then she hit her with the moonsault. Okay, that's how we end the match. And that's how we end SmackDown. Yeah, that shit was fucking mid, guys. This was such a bad show. Nothing happened in the show. Like, no substance, man. And that's the thing. Like, yes, we had some qualifying matches, but those matches were just a bunch of fucking randoms. Jimmy Uso, Penta, and fucking Solo Sikoa. I mean, I guess. Like, that's an obvious win of Solo Sikoa. Right? Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green, and fucking Michin. It's an obvious win of Alexa Bliss. You know, like, that. Those were the matches that we're supposed to be like, oh, excited for. But we already knew what was going to happen. So, yeah, man, that's it for this video. We have Monday Night Raw tomorrow, so I'll be recapping the Monday Night Raw coming up. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.